Part one of our Norman Rockwell project is pretending that we are Norman Rockwell and creating this background that has space. So to help us out, we're going to start with a trapezoid tracer. I'm going to get my name on the back of my big white sheet and I'm going to flip it over. My paper is tall, vertical in front of me. I'm going to take this trapezoid tracer and I am going to line up the bottom with the bottom of my paper. So that means I'm only really outlining on the side and the top and the other side. When I am tracing this, I'm going to make a little mark by these dashes on the tracer. That's going to help me line up my floor. So I was able to do that at the top. At the bottom, I'm going to have to kind of scoot my tracer up a little bit so I can make that little mark at the bottom of my white paper. Once you've done that, pass the tracer to the next person at your table to use. When everyone has used the tracer and lined up all those little marks, we're going to use our ruler to draw some vertical lines. So I'm trying to scoot this so you can see it in the video. My vertical lines are going to start at the top corners of my trapezoid and they're going to go all the way up to the top of the paper. I am using my ruler, and when I put my ruler on here, my ruler fits pretty perfect. It's almost exactly 12 inches to the top of my paper. You want that line to be straight. You don't want it to be falling over. So I am going to line it up with that dot, get my ruler as straight as possible, and I am going to draw my pencil line. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So what I'm doing is I am creating a space that has a back wall, a floor that goes out, and walls on each side. With your ruler, you are going to now line up all of these marks. So I'm going to take my mark at the top and I am going to line my ruler up with the mark at the bottom on that side, and I'm going to connect them. So this line is kind of angled. It's not straight up and down vertical. I'm going to line up my second notches and my third. My ruler, as it gets to the middle, is almost completely vertical, straight up and down. On the sides, they're kind of bending in. 1, 2, 3, 4. My fifth line starts to angle the other direction. 6, 7 lines. There it is. Now this is the trickiest part. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to line it up with the top of that trapezoid, and I am going to draw a line at the bottom of the ruler. Still staying in that trapezoid shape. I'm not going all the way off the paper. I'm going to roll my ruler down or scoot it down. Now I'm going to line the top of my ruler up with that line I just drew, and I am going to make a line at the bottom of my ruler in that trapezoid shape. And again, line it up at the top, draw at the bottom. Line it up at the top, draw at the bottom, and I'm going to repeat this until I can't fit any more in. So there it is. I'm not going to try to put that tiny little space on there. I have drawn my background. My floor is checkerboard, my sides, my walls are still white, and the back wall is white. Now I'm going to take a Sharpie marker and I am going to outline all of these lines on the floor.